Hello again, everybody. This is Rob Centeno, Rob the Geek, co-founder to TGT, The Guys Tech. So this time around, just want to clarify a misconception, a major misconception, by actually a technician, a computer tech, who had told me he's been in the field for about 15 years, okay? And I'm not trying to insult anybody, I'm not going to say any names, but what happened was we had this tech send his customer to us to pick up some equipment, and the tech told his boss to make sure he buys a laptop that was 1.6 gigahertz. Okay, so when the customer approached me, I asked him, now why specifically 1.6 gigahertz? So when you go to the store and you're looking at different laptops, you'll see the little price cards and you'll see the specs, and you'll see the CPU, 1.6, 1.8, 2.2, whatever, and these numbers represent how quick the processor is measured, the CPU, or the brain of the computer, okay? So I wanted to know why specifically 1.6 gigahertz, because if I knew what he's going to be using the computer for, I'd be able to help him find the right equipment. So his tech had told him that his smartphone is 1.6 gigahertz, and that he wanted him to purchase a laptop that was faster, not 1.6, but faster than 1.6 gigahertz, okay? Because his smartphone was 1.6. Okay, now if you're a tech and you are telling your customers that, that's a problem. Because smartphone processors, the processors in smartphones, okay, are not the same. They are not measured the same. They are not designed the same as the processors you find in a laptop or a desktop. Okay, they are all measured completely differently. And number of years ago, I had another guy come to me and tell me that the whole processor thing was a huge gimmick, and they just want to make more money on the more expensive stuff, and the cheaper stuff worked just as fine. That any processor that says 1.6 or 1.8 is the same all throughout. Okay, and that's another big misconception. Even with all the resources we have on the internet, people just aren't going on the internet and looking up what the deal is. So first of all, going back to the whole smartphone thing, smartphone processors are not designed to handle huge amounts of workload, right? You're pretty much just watching Netflix, you're checking your email, you're texting, you might be doing some simple photo edits like Instagram or all the other apps out there, but it's really nothing major. So there is no need to have a processor in a smartphone that operates anywhere near as powerful as what you find on a laptop or a desktop, okay? So to help you understand what I'm talking about, a real simple analogy is when you see these different processors, for example, is if you look at a Celeron, so if you go to the computer store and you look at a laptop for $200 and it says it has an Intel Celeron 2 gigahertz, Celeron processor 2 gigahertz, okay? And then next to that there is an i3, Intel i3, that also says 2 gigahertz. They are not the same, okay? They do not operate the same. The performance on the i3 is going to be much better. And the reason being is, think about it this way. If you have two different highways, one highway is 2 lanes, another highway has 5 lanes, and the speed limit on both is 65 miles an hour, right? So traffic on both highways, when there's nothing going on, the traffic on both highways are traveling at the same speeds, right? But when rush hour comes, what's going to happen in the 2-lane highway, right? You're going to have problems, especially if one of those lanes are used for an exit, right? That shit always pisses me off because everyone's trying to get off one exit and it screws up traffic on the whole highway. I take the hutch the Hutchinson River Parkway over here in the Bronx, and that it's the 2-lane thing sometimes is a killer. But if you have a 5-lane highway, when things start to get rough and there's a lot of traffic, there's a lot of heavy use, even if 2 or even 3 lanes are kind of slowing down, traffic can still pass through. And that's exactly how it is with these processors. So Celeron smartphone processors are not really designed to do too much, right? They're really for media, just media, taking photos, doing some simple edits, getting on the internet, and communication. That's really all it is. Celeron systems, you know, if you have like a young kid and they're doing some homework, or that you just want them to do some research and stuff like that, you know, Celeron is okay. But just don't expect that your child is, you know, some kids, like especially as a teenager, they'll be listening to music, they'll be downloading stuff, they'll be doing a bunch of different things at the same time. Wouldn't really recommend a Celeron for that, okay? Most of the time when it comes to students or general home use, you really should aim for an i3 at the bare minimum. An i3 with 4 gigs of RAM and at the very least 500 gigs of storage, okay? If you've got a student who's heavily, that they're gonna go to school for photography or video, you might want to get something with 6 gigs of RAM and at least 1 terabyte of storage, because now we're doing the video thing now, and we're always traveling, we're always filming, and when you have high quality video, for example, that eats up storage like nothing. Okay, so just some buying advice and the difference between different processors. So if you still don't really understand, then please just send us a message. We'll be happy to help you out anytime you need it. We've got TGT, the Guys Tech, on Facebook. We have a YouTube channel. Our number is listed. Our email is listed. You can contact us there. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.